Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
Hey, excuse me, do you know where the pickleball tournament is?
You're in the right place. You want beer or no?
Oh, no, we're fine.
We're actually the athletes in today's tournament.
No kidding. Us too.
Cool, great, awesome. Yeah.
We're gonna kill them.
Do you guys want bloodies?
Are you wearing those?
Yeah, no. Wearing those.
My 12-year-old really likes those too.
So we are here at the first annual Manitowoc Pickleball Open.
Here we are. We're at the park.
Checking out the competition, I think we got this.
You know, it's important to tailgate before really anything, but pickleball especially.
My dink shot's been like a little off.
Well, we've been trying to correct a lot of your spin with some lead tape, and we've been trying to work really on getting that power.
The spicy bloodies give you a kick.
Gonna knock you.
Yeah.
Gonna knock them on their ass.
Yeah.
He is wearing plastic shoes. Yeah.
She's drunk. She's on her, looks like her fourth Bloody Mary.
We're both professional picklers. You know, we got some nice cucumbers in the garden and
some gherkins.
Oh my gosh, it's freezing here.
Yeah. First of all, this is not a regulation net, but
Are
whatever.
those tackle boxes holding the net down?
Oh my gosh, honey, look.
Is there a court official? I'm sorry.
This is an indoor ball. It's okay, fine. Look, no, we're good. I actually brought an outdoor ball, so like we should be okay. We're playing you guys.
Oh, good to see you. This cannot be legal.
beautiful day out.
Actually, it's freezing. I should have worn my Lululemon.
So is that beer allowed on the court?
They didn't say anything to me. They say anything to you?
No.
Think we're okay?
Well, in that case, drink up.
Yeah.
Easier for us.
Absolutely.
You want it?
Honey, what kind of tournament did you find for us?
I don't know.
Oh, you're good? You're
Okay.
good? Well, you
I'm
take
gonna,
that
I'm gonna
one.
take
Do you want
it.
to just get started?
You go easy on us, okay?
Come on, let's go. Let's do it. Got it!
Oh, sorry.
Just lucky shot. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
It's fine.
Oh, gosh.
You. Oh, good rip.
It's a nice day out, you know.
I apologize.
I promise we're not that good.
No,
No.
we're not.
I thought it was
Sorry
going
about
out,
that. You
like,
know,
way out.
Dave,
You should try.
Someone's
You know you
gotta
have to
win
try
a
for
point
every
here.
shot.
Try?
Oh, you know what? It's my serve. Hold
Oh,
on. Can you
I'll
hold that
hold your
just
beer.
real quick once?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Jackson,
Did you hear about John
Oh.
Jelansky?
what about him now?
That's
He
you.
got a new
Yeah.
lake house.
They should really get a boat.
Hey,
John,
hey
how
there,
are ya?
buddy.
Are they having conversations
Yeah, I
with
heard you had
other
a time.
people?
The walleyes are biting. No, you bet your
I
ass
got it,
they
I got it, I got it, I got it.
are.
Should we go to the church picnic later?
Yeah, that could be fun.
Out. That's game.
Well, we tried our
We
best.
did it. We did what we could.
You won.
We won?
What?
By quite a lot,
A
actually.
very wide margin.
Oh, gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Your apologies actually make it worse somehow.
I don't know why, but I'm full of rage.
No idea we were winning.
No, not a clue.
Are you serious?
I'm done.
Where are you guys going? Come
We
on.
just live right down the road.
I don't want to go to your house.
You know, we'll shout out the address. 525 Main Street,
Yeah,
okay?
come on over,
Come on
okay?
For the love of God, stop being so nice.
over. We'll see you over
Yeah,
there.
we'll see you later.
That's it, guys. I stopped looking for a new home. I'm done.
Rocky, no, you never give up.
The last 2 times you came on were just a warm-up. Third time's a charm, my guy. I didn't give up. I stopped looking because I found one. A beautiful family saw me on your show last time, and I'm officially adopted.
Yeah.
Wait. What? No way, buddy. You got adopted. I did. I have a mom, a dad, and a new brother named Enzo. He's the sweetest dog ever. When he gets treats, he lets me eat the crumbs. And if I roll over to his bowl, he just lets me have some. No jealousy, just love.
That's how you know you found the right family, when love just flows both ways.
At night, I sleep in bed with my parents. They make me homemade meals. I'm living the dream now, guys.
Rocky,
You didn't just get a home, you got a life full of love.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to everyone who helped make that happen?
To everyone who shared my story, thank you. If my journey inspired you, maybe it's time to help another dog find theirs.
January 9th, 2025. The frost has still not passed. I fear for my condition as night approaches and temperatures continue to plummet, for the human body is simply not meant to withstand this drastic of weather. I audibly gasped when I checked the temperature on my phone today. 55 degrees. We haven't seen numbers that low in decades. Food is getting scarce, but I don't dare leave my house, for I don't know if my vehicle can survive driving on these treacherous roads. Instead, I will have to put faith in DoorDash drivers to keep me fed. But I worry that they might fall victim to hypothermia if not careful. Some might be shocked to know that Disney World is still open, even in these harsh conditions. The tourists seem to be unfazed by our cold and walk down Main Street in a pair of shorts and a long sleeve. I must admit, I don't know how they do it. Perhaps they themselves are not human. I hear that further south, iguanas have started going into shock and falling from trees due to the cold. Will I too go into shock and be unable to move? Only time will tell. On the bright side, I was finally able to locate my heated blanket in my garage. I half expected it not to work, for it has not been used in years, but thankfully it has become a much needed source of warmth in this frigid winter. I also hope my central heating is up to the challenge of keeping my house warm, for it also has not been used since 2 winters ago. This weather is unprecedented, and if I find the strength to survive, I hope I never have to live through such harsh conditions again. For now, I will continue to log my journey, even when my fingers start to go numb. But all I can do from here on out is hope and wait for the warmth of the sun to return to us once again. If I perish, know that I fought with everything that I could. I shall retreat to my bed now and dream of warmer, sunnier days. May God have mercy on us all.
Hi, I'm Don Wiley, and you may know me from my informational YouTube videos or as a Sumter County Commissioner. But today I have a different role. I coordinate providing Thanksgiving dinner for all the fire stations in the villages, and I'm reaching out to you today to ask you for your help in this effort. This project started 10 years ago in Ventura Villas, where my friends and neighbors and I got together to provide Thanksgiving dinner for Fire Station 45. It has grown now to providing all 11 VPSD fire stations with Thanksgiving dinner. This year, I'm pleased to announce that we're also teaming up with my fellow County Commissioner Jeff Bogue to feed all the fire stations in Sumter County. Because their schedules are so unpredictable, our firefighters aren't able to take the time to prepare Thanksgiving dinner for themselves. My fellow station coordinators and I organize and deliver a traditional Thanksgiving dinner for each fire station. If you'd like to help out this year, go to my website, Wingnut.com, and click on the Thanksgiving link on the home page, where you'll find contact information for each of the station coordinators for the station nearest you. I'm pleased to announce that for the second year, Lowe's is providing all the soft drinks and other supplies for each of the fire stations. And this year, Four Rivers Barbecue in Middleton is providing smoked turkeys for each of the fire stations. One of the great things about living here in the villages is that the residents come from all over this great country and bring with them amazingly delicious recipes that are hometown and family favorites. Our firefighters love the amazing variety of dishes we bring each year. If you have a family or a hometown favorite dish you'd like to share with our firefighters, please reach out to one of the station coordinators through my website, Wingnut.com. I know that many of you may not be here for Thanksgiving, but may still want to help out. Not to worry, you can. We can also accept monetary donations either through the GoFundMe links on my website, Wingnut.com, or in person to one of the station coordinators. All funds collected go to the Gold Wingnut Foundation, a 501c3 charity. Funds are used to purchase any needed supplies or dishes that may still be needed for each of the stations, and all remaining funds are donated to the Firefighters Emergency Funds. We've made over $10,000 in donations in the last 9 years to help out our firefighters. So if you'd like to help out, please reach out to one of the station coordinators or I. Your support is greatly appreciated. Please also help spread the word on these efforts and share this information on your other social media groups, with your friends, neighbors, and other social groups. Thanks for helping out, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Uh-oh, we got a frozen camera. Hang on just a second. There we go. All right, so the camera's back. I don't know what the heck happened to my other camera. Just give me a second. My apologies, everybody. Okay, now, all right, now I got my camera working again. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's doing well. It's kind of a dreary day out, a little bit of rain, a little bit of this and a little bit of that today, but okay. So today's sponsor, Kitchen-Wise, Closet-Wise, Scott and April, great folks. They live here in the Villages. Great product. You can't go wrong going with them. Let's see, who else we got? Surf to Turf, home inspections. If you need a home inspection, which if you're buying a new house, you do need a home inspection. You should get it within that first week for things, because there's things like finishes, you get scratches on the floor or whatever. They're not going to be covered if you don't get them to them in the first week. So they won't be covered under warranty. But Tom has reached out to me and he said, call early, a couple of weeks before you need the home inspection. If you call in the same week that you need it, it's very difficult for him to get in. So scheduling can be an issue. Magic Stairs, great product. Ron Berner is another Villages resident. And Tom is a Villages resident also from Surf to Turf. But getting up in the attic, so much easier. Now that the weather's broke, I've spent some time up in my attic down in Moultrie Creek. Well, I didn't enjoy it, but it was a lot easier getting up and down. Also, we have Fur and Away. Eric, great job on your pets. He's not going to be advertising for the rest of the year because his schedule is booked up. He's got a few openings. If you need your dog groomed, get a hold of him right away. And of course, we have Shade Masters USA, great products, all kinds of interior and exterior blinds. Whatever your window covering needs are, they're good. You're going to find what you need there. So, first off, I would like to welcome our future residents from New Yorkistan. From New York that will probably be leaving and coming to the free state of Florida. I am just in awe at the outcome of last week's elections. The fact that the city of New York, these people have chosen the socialist. It's mind-boggling to me. There is nothing free in this world. Absolutely nothing free. So why would you expect the government to give you something? Simple things like, oh, free bus rides. Guess what? That ain't going to happen because the city doesn't own the buses. Those are owned by the state. But anyway, so it should be interesting. But hey, lots of places to live here in Florida. Villages is building, so which gets us to the topic of today. Is the Villages too big? We're going to talk about that because I've heard this for years. It's too big. They need to stop growing, so on and so forth. I'm going to cover it because I think it's an important thing. Yes, the Villages is getting bigger, but it's a complex subject. We're going to get into it. All right. What else is going on? Veterans Day is coming up on Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the pleasure of speaking this past week at the brick dedication at the courthouse here in Sumter County. And in my speech, the one thing I touched on was the plight of many of our veterans. So many are homeless, living on the streets, going hungry. Many, unfortunately, take their own lives because they get to a point that they feel they can't go on. I would ask you see a veteran, reach out to them. You know, ask them, brother, sister, how is it going? Do you need some help? Sometimes just a few words will make all the difference, you know. I've always kept an extra 10 or 20 folded up and tucked away in my wallet for those difficult days where it's time to stop and grab a beer. And I don't use it for that anymore. Now it comes out whenever I see, you know, a veteran on the street who's down on his luck. And, you know, it's sad that that members of our government put the needs of illegal immigrants and criminals above those of our veterans. Our veterans should be the ones coming first. All right. On a similar note, Thanksgiving is coming. Our firefighters in Sumter County, in the villages, if you saw the brief ad that I put together, I posted it last night on Facebook and a bunch of other places. We are doing Thanksgiving dinner for all the fire stations in Sumter County. That's 20 fire stations. I'm the overall coordinator for 11 of them here in the villages. Muskie, she's one of my coordinators. Some of the others, I haven't. What you call it? I'm sorry. The screen's just going bonkers over here. So where was I at? Oh, my brain is going too fast today, and my mouth and brain are getting disjointed. Anyway, so things are moving along well. Vinny, you see him over here, VS. He always shows up on the chat. He works with Lowe's. He's arranged for this year once again for Lowe's to supply all the drinks and many of the supplies that we need for each of the fire stations. It's a huge help. And this year, Four Rivers, the new barbecue restaurant in Middleton, has stepped up and has offered to provide the turkeys, smoked turkeys, for all the fire stations. So we've got 20 fire stations, 11 in the villages, 9 in Sumter County, and they're going to be providing turkeys for all of them. What a great group of people. You know, Mr. Rivers, I got to meet him. Nice guy. Great value system. Great company. If you get a chance to go to Four Rivers, be sure to thank the manager. It's real easy to remember his name. His name is Dawn. Okay, so thank the manager for supporting our firefighters, and then of course support them. They do a great thing. All right, so let's catch up on some of the messages, and then we'll jump into our topic for today of the villages being too big. Some folks liked my intros. Baby Connie says it's snowing in Toronto. I'm sorry. Snow is a 4-letter word. We're not going to use that one again. All right. Muskie talks about Thanksgiving dinner for the firefighters and turkeys from Four Rivers. Yep. Hi, Patty. Hi, Victoria. All right. Muskie wants to know, if someone wanted to buy and combine 2 lots to accommodate one bigger home, garage, pool, birdcage, etc., is that allowed? So, Muskie, I've only seen that happen one time, and it was up in the historic district. They, in the historic area, they were going through and replacing the mobile homes with site-built homes, and one couple, I guess they were, bought 2 side by side, and were somehow able to make it happen. It's a beautiful house, big house, but I have not seen that happen anywhere else in the villages. So I seriously doubt they would allow it. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, Eastport. the the golf course opened up over in Eastport, Bel Air Executive Course, and with that they opened up the streets in Eastport. It's been busy. It's been hopping down there. Not a lot to see. Now, Prime and Ember, it had a opening last night, a friends and family opening, and some of the posts I've seen, friends of mine that went to it, they really, really enjoyed it. I have reservations for next week, and looking to go there with Debbie. I love a good steak. What can I say? And they've got a New York strip on the menu, so hey, let's go for it. Let's see. Eastport's so busy. Yesterday morning, it's not open yet. Enjoyed the poolside coffee bar and sat outside for a few hours to enjoy the scenery and people watching. Oh, Portside Coffee Bar. Okay, yeah. Portside Coffee Bar. That's the one in the sales office. Great coffee there. I love it. Jamie, sorry, looks like John in Maine. Yeah, Joe in Maine. Okay. Looking forward to today's show. So Victoria wants to know, what style of house has a fence only in the back of the house and not on its sides? So those are designer homes, and they're doing that a lot in the sections like down in Oak Hollow, LaGrange, and Edenfield. They put those in. The problem was kissing lanais. You know, the houses are on relatively small lots, and I get it. Who the heck wants to cut the grass? I know I don't. I hate cutting the grass. That's why I got a Nabby mow out there. It cut the grass this morning for me, and while it was raining, and it's like, woohoo! I came in, I grabbed the dogs. We were going to go to the dog park, but we had to, wait it out until the rain stopped. But I'm watching the lawnmower just going crazy. Hey, better it than me. All right. Let's see. Okay, we got that one. So anyway, yeah. So with the fence, most of them are now the block wall fence with dividers for the utility or openings for the utilities. No side fencing. Over in Shady Brook, they started with some PVC fence. I guess that didn't work out so well. So they're going with this now, and it seems to be pretty much the standard with the block walls. But those are just designer homes. All right. Let's see. Talked about that. Carol, it's pure fantasy speculation, way out of budget. I'm out of budget, yeah. David says, hi from Sharon and Dave in Moultrie Creek Verandas West. I was just over seeing Dave earlier today, before the show. They hooked me up with another monitor. I work with, all right, so in my studio office, I have two 34-inches on a Windows machine, two 34-inch monitors on a Windows machine, two 27-inch Apple Studio monitors on my Mac Studio, and I've got a, 35-inch 4K monitor on my Mac Mini, and now I'm going to have a 49-inch one also. So I got way too many monitors, but you know, when I'm working, I like to have lots of information in front of me. So thank you very much, Dave. Let's see. I lost my place. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, it was a good question, Muskie. Definitely about the combining lots. All right, let's see. Victoria wants to know, do you mean the full back wall fence or the mini non-kissing? Yeah. So yeah, again, those are all designer homes. New Yorkistan, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. So at the end of the video, great. At the end of today's show, there's one of the ending videos. Stick around for it. It's a play on Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. It's great. It's great. I died laughing when I watched it the first time. Let's see. Funny, New York Stan. I've been sick all week about this. Yeah, I can believe it. New Yorkers are stupid. The sad thing is they'll move here and continue to be stupid. If you do move here from New York, please don't try and New York my Florida, all right? Remember why you're moving from New York or New Jersey. And don't expect that to be the way things are done here. We do things differently in Florida. And, you know, we were one of the first states to recover after COVID. It's a different world. Don't bring New York here. Let's see. Muskie says, I wish Mandani was just a socialist. He is an Islamist that wants to make New York City an Islamic caliphate. He is hiding behind the socialist label to distract some people. Yes, I mean, his opinion of the Jewish people and apparently of Christians also is not compatible with, I believe, American mainstream values. Be careful what you ask for, New York. You're probably going to get it, and you're probably not going to like it. And I think we're going to see New York go in a very bad direction. But hey, you never know. I mean, socialism has worked before, right? Oh, no, it hasn't, but it's going to be different this time. All right. Let's see. Whoa, here we go. Is the Blue Beast too much truck? No, it's not too much truck. Thank you for supporting the firefighters. Dad's a volunteer fire department. Thank you very much. Speaking of growth, when do you foresee the next town center to be built, and approximately where do you think it will be located? I think it'll be located about 6 miles south, maybe 5 miles south of Eastport, and I don't think we'll see them start on that for another 10 years. That's based on what I've seen when you start looking at the time frame between Spanish Springs and Lake Sumter Landing, then Brownwood, and then Eastport. It's about 10 to 12 years between town squares. That's just how the growth works out. No update on the East Coast or Eastport grocery store. Nope, nothing yet. All right. It appears the current block design walls run full width between any of the transformers. Right? Yeah, so the block walls are definitely much more than the 20-foot vinyls. So Park Roaming with Robbie says, they seem to be clearing a section on the right side of 470, close to the entrance to the turnpike, going south. That is where the hospital is going. Is that where the hospital is going? So that big triangular area is still tentatively scheduled for the hospital. Whatever else goes in there, I don't know. They're doing a lot of work in preparation, though, for the widening of 470. That's what it's all about right now, getting 470 to 4 lanes. Not going to run for president. No. It's a good, okay. Park Roaming says a good portion of villagers are former New Yorkers living here. I agree. You know, I used to live in New York. I lived in upstate New York for a couple of years. I was an instructor at the Naval Nuclear Power Prototype Plant up in Ballston Spa, right outside Saratoga. Beautiful area. Taxes were horrendous. And this was in the mid-'80s. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine what they are now. All right. So we're caught up on the comments, I think. If I missed any, chime in. But let's talk about the villages being too big. Is it too big? What do y'all think? Too big? Not big enough? Just right? I don't know. So there is, what most people don't seem to realize is, yes, the villages is very large. It's, 20 some miles now, top to bottom, from Mulberry Grove to Middleton is a little over 20 miles. It is big, okay? Many cities are this size too. But there is a decoupling that occurs, okay? If you live, for example, I know Muskie, she lives down in Finney. Muskie, when was the last time you were up at Spanish Springs or Mulberry Grove? Probably, who knows, once or twice since you've lived here. I rarely go above Lake Sumter Landing. I rarely go to Lake Sumter Landing. I was there this week, but I rarely go. And people from way up north, they don't want to come all the way south, okay, unless they've got something going on. And therein lies one of its strengths, with its size. You hear about the 3,500 activity groups and lifestyle groups here in the villages. You couldn't have that many groups. You couldn't have that diversity of, of activities if it weren't for the size. So for me, prime example, gosh, it's been, 7 years ago? Yeah, I guess 7 years ago. I started the Drone Club. We got about 140, 150 members of the Drone Flyers Club. That's a lot of members for a club like that, a very specialized one. But it wouldn't be possible without, without the size. The club has members that go all the way from, so John, who lives all the way at the north end, we got folks that live all the way in Moultrie Creek. At the opposite end, they're from all over. There's ukulele clubs. There's the quilting guilds. Oh my gosh, so many quilting guilds. But all the size makes the difference. The other thing that the size helps with is buying power and having the financial resources to do things. So, for example, when it comes time to rebuild a rec center, that's going to be $15, $20 million to completely rebuild a regional rec center. It's a lot of money. If the community was small, you wouldn't have the assets necessary to do that. So by having the larger community gives us financial stability, great financial stability. So that's an important aspect of the size. I hear people talk about the traffic. You know what I've seen? I've seen people get upset because they have to sit through 2 light cycles, okay, at a traffic light. Or there's 3 people in front of them at a stop sign, and they get antsy in their golf cart because people are, haven't moved fast enough. What's the hurry? Everybody here is retired, So, the traffic, well, traffic is building, there's no doubt, but it's building all over. It's not just the villages. So the whole state is got more traffic. Trust me, it's a big topic at the MPO, the Metropolitan Planning Organization, where we talk about the roads here in Sumter and Lake County. And we try and plan for the future. But really, the traffic is not that bad. So there you go. But let's talk about stopping building. Let me catch up on some of the comments because, man, I see them jumping around. So, and then we'll get back to what happens when we stop building. We talked about a good portion of New Yorkers left here. Okay. Any restaurants on Central Lake Drive have outdoor seatings? So Victoria, Prime and Ember, excuse me. My wife keeps correcting me. There's no S. Prime and Ember has outdoor seating. It looks like Yamas, the Mediterranean restaurant in the hotel, it's got outdoor seating. I think we're going to see a lot of that. It's a very popular thing. All right, so Charles says, no drone classes this year. What do you foresee happening with DJI? Charles, I'll have some classes starting up in March. I took a hiatus for this semester. DJI, boy, give me a call. Give me a call after the podcast. That's a complex topic. It's crazy. Muskie says, First Lady Deb will have you, first dog Sully. Oh, yeah, that'll be great. Let's see. Paul says, Dawn, do you know if the water line to the typical houses is large enough to supply water pressure enough to run dual shower heads in the shower? Good question. Good question. I don't know. It's I'm trying to think, is it 3/4 inch? Yeah, I think it's a 3/4 inch line feeding the house. I mean, it's not a, pardon me. They have the pressure, okay? Most people are unhappy with the flow of the shower heads, but they use the low volume shower heads. I'm a bad person. I took the flow restrictor out of the shower heads in both houses. I like a long hot shower, and I like lots of flow. All right. She says, no, I love the growth. Okay. I go to Silver Lake Recreation Center once a month for the poetry club. A poetry club. Wow. I didn't know there was that. But I mean, I don't know all this that's going on here in the villages. There's so many clubs. But isn't that the point, Muskie, that I was making? You go up there because that's where there's a club, a poetry club. You know, you wouldn't have that without the size. All right. Let's see. Craig says, no, love the growth and development. I especially love the way the developer has designed the layout, the balance of types of homes, amenities, commercial. Truly is phenomenal. Yeah, they do a good job. Is it perfect? No. I mean, I've seen, in my opinion, some mistakes. But the developer, they know their business better than I do. I am just a student of the villages, watching what's going on and trying to relate that information to y'all. But anyway, let's see. I love your positivity and common sense, Craig. I was hoping to live here. All right, great. You mentioned you have a Navimo. How do you like it, and would you recommend it for a typical yard in the villages? James, I absolutely do love it. I would recommend it. I will tell you that there is, I don't want to call it a learning curve. I guess it is a learning curve for your yard, not for the mower. The mower is capable of cutting the yard. But if it starts out real tall, it's going to take a while to get through the first couple of cuts. It's not designed to, typically when you cut a yard, it's once a week, and the grass has grown that much. It's not designed for that. You run a Navimo every other day, so it cuts, a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch off. Once you get the yard trained to that level, it works great. Doesn't like holes that the dogs dig in the yard. It gets stuck. First-hand experience. Lily and I still have discussions about that. But other than that, the only other thing you got to do is every other week you got to weed eat the edges because it doesn't get all the way to the edges. But other than that, I have gone from doing 3.5 hours of yard work every week to about 30 minutes every other week. I'm happy with it. I think it's great. All right. It looks like the center, okay, it looks like Center will be moving into Villages Health. Oh, they sent that text out Friday. Yeah, the Villages Health sale apparently has gone through. We'll talk about, let me write that down. Sorry, taking notes here, because I had my physical on Monday, and my doctor and I talked about Villages Health for a couple of minutes and the changes going on, and it was a very positive experience. Okay, the growth in the village is part of what keeps it exciting. Also, to your point, Dawn, the economy of scale is what makes it bearable. Yep. Lived in Brooksville. Live in Brooksville now. Retire in May. Started chopping it. Good. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. So let's stop building. Let's stop building in the villages. What do you guys think? Think that'll fix the problem? So the reality is there's between 12 and 15,000 people in Sumter County and the surrounding counties that are involved in the construction of homes here in the villages. Not all of them are on site. Some of them are back office folks, support folks, managing inventory, supplies, keeping equipment running, things like that. You stop work, you stop building, those folks lose their jobs, okay? That's a lot of unemployment. You're talking, again, 12 to 15,000 jobs. So what happens when you have that many unemployed? Well, there's some things that are going to happen. The economy is going to change in Sumter County and the surrounding counties because, not only is it those people directly involved, but if you just bought a house, now you want to change the ceiling fans. So you go over to Leesburg to Dan's Fans. Well, when you stop building, there's not as high a demand for Dan's Fans. And Dan's Fans is probably going to close. The other thing, okay, so when you don't have a job, construction workers are really great. They can do the same work anywhere. Although I have met third-generation workers out in the construction field. Their grandfathers, their mothers, their fathers, and now they are working here in the villages, and they're able to have long-term stability that's unheard of in the construction industry. But those jobs go away, these people move away. People move away, they take with them their families. So what difference does that make? Well, maybe Joe the plumber leaves, but his wife Sally, who works up at Villages Hospital or Leesburg Hospital, she leaves too. And their son Bobby, who's working over at Publix, who's stocking shelves, he leaves. And their daughter, maybe working at McDonald's or one of the other fast food restaurants, they leave. It has a tremendous domino effect. Businesses, first off, will lose business because that's less people to buy. But also, they're going to lose employees, which means service is going to decrease. Not good. All right? When service decreases, people stop going. And it just, again, it's a domino effect. These people moving away. That's going to cause also a glut of houses in the area. Because these people are moving, they're going to want to sell their houses. That affects the market, the housing market, not just outside the villages, but inside the villages. When you start having these super long, time on market, a year, 2 years on market, that raises some big red flags in the community. So that's a problem. So it's going to impact home values. If it impacts home values, it also impacts property taxes. People moving don't pay property taxes, which means in order to continue to provide the services you've grown accustomed to, the county commission and the cities would have to raise their property taxes to compensate. Not good for anybody. The other thing that happens is unemployment. With unemployment generally comes higher crime. Okay? If you live in the villages, think about it. Somebody wants a TV. Okay? They're going to go to where the target they think is easy. Villages probably isn't a place I would consider an easy target. I know many of my friends could start a small war with the arsenal in their homes. But, so I probably wouldn't pick their houses to rob. But you've got houses that sit empty half the year. Those are easy targets. So crime is going to impact all of us. And the other thing that happens, they go in to break in to get a TV and they look around and say, hey, these are nice digs. Hey, let's move in. Now you got squatters. don't try and get a squatter out of your house in the state of Florida. It is extremely difficult, any state for that matter, but it is extremely difficult to get rid of squatters. So, you know, it is a vicious cycle. You know, if the Villages stops building, there's still going to be a market, so somebody else will come in. Somebody else is going to build. Will they build at the same quality, the same level, same standards of amenities and things like that? Probably not. What's the expression? Better the devil you know than the one that you don't. You know, so is it getting too big? No, it's getting bigger, but it really, again, with the disassociation of the areas, yes, you benefit from the large size, but you don't have to deal with all of it. You know, I know many people that live down here in the south end that have never been north of 466A. And if they have, they've gone over to 27441 and gone up north that way. They don't go through the northern part of the Villages. And I know many people up in the north end who say, I got nothing down in the south end, they're not going. You know, it is what it is. All right. Of course, then there's always well, they said they were going to stop at, pick a road, okay? So initially it was 466. Okay. Well, there was an opportunity to continue on, so they went south of 466. Then they said, oh, they're going to stop at 466A. No, that was never the plan. All you have to do is look at the dates for when the CDDs were established. The difference in date between CDD 5 and CDD 9, CDD 9 and 10 are both south of 466 and north of 44, is about 6 months. So after they established CDD 5, they knew that they were going to establish all the way down to 44. So, all right. Now they did say, we got to stop at 44. There was a problem with because of the way the laws were written. They weren't able to continue on. There was politics involved, but people realized, you know, in Sumter County, if we want to continue to fuel our economy here in Florida, Sumter County is an important part of that. And the Villages is an important part of the state's economy. So they changed the laws a little bit. That allowed the continued building south of 44. And here we are, you know. Now they're going all the way down to 48 and beyond. This past week, was it this week or last week? I don't even remember now. I'm trying to think. It was, yeah, it was Tuesday because I had to go down to Bushnell for accuracy and logic test on the voting machines. And afterwards I went out to some of the southern areas, you know, down by Mascot, the old Renaissance Trail properties. Drove through that area. There's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. They own a lot of land. All right. So, again, you know, we could stop building in the Villages, but the economy of Sumter County isn't ready for that. The economy of Sumter County right now is geared around the Villages. It is the economic engine of Sumter County and quite a bit of the surrounding counties, you know, Lake and Pasco and, well, I don't remember, Citrus County. Well, hello, Sully. Can you stick your head up here? Nope, you're not going to stick it. You can see my, there he is. There's his head. He came to visit. Anyway, until, I mean, we've probably got another 15 or 20 years to make a transition economically. The good thing is that transition is underway. If you've heard of Monarch Ranch, it's on the corner of the Turnpike and I-75 and 301. Huge industrial complex. That's really the future of Sumter County's economy right there. So the county's working to build that up. All right. So what do you think? Too big? Too small? Is it worth stopping this engine and the the negativity that's going to come with it, the negative impact to the economy? I don't think it is. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to some of the questions. Megan said, do you think with the Central Lake lot premiums being so high, $450K, that's going to become the new norm for water sites in new neighborhoods too, or just isolated because they're across from Eastport? I think that was more to do with the location being close to Eastport. I think we're going to see similar prices in the LaGrange lots that are across from Sunset Island. But I think they'll go back down to normal, you know, waterfront property in the 100,000 for lots, and golf course properties, again, 100 to 200,000. That's pretty much the norm. Let's see. Wow, an acre of land. Oh, let's see. Where we got here? Good idea. Dawn, have you noticed they are building? So Jim Osborne says, have you noticed they are building garden villas in the northeast corner of Edenfield? I drove through there. It looks like they are building a couple. You know, we'll see. I mean, maybe they've maybe they've come up with some better ideas to help with the sales. I know they haven't been as robust, I think, as they hoped. Let's see. Three pooches had a couple not so many pigs. Okay, great. Can the villages ever run out of land to build on? Victoria, as long as people are willing to sell and it's the right properties, I think the villages will continue to build. You know, they own 900 acres that's not directly connected south of here, south of the let's call it the villages proper, but it's close. I think that'll be expanded into it. I don't think we're going to see an end anytime really soon. John says, speaking of south of 44, is it true that Finney was originally started by another developer and finished by the villages? Yes. It was called Wildwood Springs, and it was started in, I believe it was 06, by another developer. Of course, in 07 and 08, and that time frame, that 06, 7, and 8, that time frame, the housing market went bust. You know, I covered this about, oh gosh, a year or two ago in a video where I talked about some of the history of some of the other developments, like Secret Promise, the Renaissance Trail, Southern Oaks, Wildwood Springs, Landstone. These are all now parts of the villages. These were developments that were planned, but didn't make it, you know. So, yeah, it used to be, what you call it, Wildwood Springs, and now it's the villages. All right. Hello, Sully. That's good. Thank you. Craig says, I do mush. My in-laws originally bought in Orange Blossom Gardens in the late 80s. Watched the growth through the years. That's cool. Okay. Have you heard anything about the jail being relocated? There are new rumors surfacing. Oh, Robbie. Let's talk about the jail. The jail is not moving, okay? That's wishful thinking. We've heard this so many times over the years. Let's just talk about how much land is there and what its value is and what they could get for it and what it would cost to reclaim that land. Remember, you're talking about a prison, so you've got 3 to 4 foot thick, high strength concrete, reinforced wall, steel rebar reinforced walls that would have to be brought down. Just the explosives that are going to blow it up or break it down would cost them a small fortune. And then they got to haul it all away. There's not enough land there to make it economically make it economical to develop. And if you look at the roads that the villages has gotten planned, Marshman Trail and down in Middleton, nothing goes up in that area. That should tell you right there, the Villages isn't planning on going up in that area. 3-4 years ago, when they first came out with the maps of the areas down at the south end, you could see the roads dead end and had little stubs going into what's now the Secret Promise, or what was the Secret Promise property. So, yeah, it's now the prison is not relocating. It would be way too expensive for both the federal government as well as the Villages. And David says the Village is not too big. Dawn's truck is. Yeah, okay. My truck is not too big. Let's see. I doubt Coleman Prison will move. Yep, I agree, Carol. Coleman is never moving. The expense would be incredible. Yep. Any updates on the Villages Grown? It's driven by several times, and there are no lights on. I think the Villages Grown is now shut down. I've had the same observation, especially now that we've gone into daylight savings time last week. Driving back to the apartment in the evenings, used to be that the greenhouses were all lit up, and now, I think its days are numbered. I would not be shocked to see the wrecking ball come in the next 6 months, because that would be prime commercial property, especially with Walmart being there. Yeah, Villages Grown was a great idea, just not working. Let's see. Roxy says, explain why there are more trees and nicer feel to the rec center in Finney. TV would have ripped them out. So the Villages, I've got a 162 is in the works. I'm finishing up the Then and Now segment. This one's got a Then and Now segment, and it starts at the north end of Wellpoint, okay, where Corbin Trail comes into Wellpoint. That's where it starts. It goes over to where the new traffic circle is on Marsh Bend Trail. It goes down to the bridge. It goes down to Woodlands Championship Course. And all of them, it's all one thing. You'll see the difference. The Villages does not go in and rip out trees just for the sake of it. It's a very thought out process. Those trees have huge value. That's why in Edenfield you see quite a few of them, but there wasn't much else there. So, all right. I need to go grab some coffee. I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. Pardon me for just a minute while I go grab a fresh cup of coffee and stretch my legs and back. While you're waiting, let me ask you a quick question. Are you building a new home in the Villages and need someone with a trained eye to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates? Then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years experience as a construction project manager, and I've been offering this valuable service to residents for over 6 years. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. Fortunately, serious issues are rare, but even the most minor issues are better caught during construction than during closing. I'm not just taking pictures of your home like others do. I'm watching your home being built with a trained eye to ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. Now let's get back to the broadcast.
Dear Labby, my name's Bella, and I'm a Corgi from Portland, Oregon. Every morning, my human grabs the keys, says, "Be good, Bella," and leaves.
I wait by the door until their scent fades and the house forgets how to sound alive. Sometimes I fall asleep there, just hoping the dream smells like them. How do I make the waiting hurt less?
Bella, that ache you feel isn't just sadness, it's love with nowhere to go. When your human leaves, your heartbeat slows, your dopamine drops, and the world loses color.
That emptiness?
It's proof of how deeply you're bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my advice. Make the waiting sacred. Find a sunny spot, that's your watch post. Keep something that smells like them, that's your anchor. And when silence feels heavy, fill it with your own joy. The toys, the window, the world still turning. Because every goodbye is just love holding its breath until they return.
Man, that hit deep. I thought I was just clingy. Turns out I'm biochemically loyal.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
All right, we're back. Somebody made a comment about my going to get coffee. Yeah, I went to get coffee. I'm a coffee addict. I drink a lot of coffee, and sometimes it's a matter of going in and coming out. So that's why I got to take a break for the coffee. Anyway, let's see. Let's get back to things. Anyway, that area up at Finney was unique, and they made a very conscious and concerted effort to really save trees. They cut down a lot of trees, okay, because when the arborist goes through, they inventory the trees, they mark them for any that are unhealthy, they're going to get rid of, okay? If they think they might come down, they're going to get rid of them. Yes, sometimes they'll clear an area because it's good land for building homes. We saw some of that in Oak Hollow, and you'll see that on the Then and Now segment. But they do try and keep as many trees as they possibly can. Again, that shows up in the Then and Now segments. Anyway, Victoria, yeah, can't wait to move here. I think you're going to love it here. I really do. Remind me when you get down here. We'll do lunch again. It was a good time last time, and thank you for the donation. Blade wants to know what your actual mileage on the new truck. What's your actual mileage on the new truck? It's got about 4,300 miles. Yeah. No, I know what he's asking for gas mileage. Around the villages, I'm getting about 11. Last time I went to Tallahassee, I got a little over 14. It's not incredible. If I'd have gotten the diesel, I'd be getting about 13 and 16, 13 and 17, somewhere in that neighborhood. They're getting a little bit better, but it did not. The math did not work for spending the extra money on the diesel. That diesel would have cost me an extra $13,000. It just was not worth it. The break even was nearly 250,000 miles just on the cost to operate and purchase. It did not including maintenance. All right. Coleman has let's see. Coleman has 1,300 employees. Yep, it's a big employer in Sumter County. Any updates on the timeline for Long Prairie lots to be offered? Are they planning any new? Are you planning any new drone footage soon of that area? So Megan, my best approximation is going to be after the new year, probably mid to late January, looking at things, because they still got a lot of, they got quite a few lots still in the Eastport area that they've got to sell. Plus, there's spec homes, as well as villas that they're going to be selling that are under construction. So it's still a few months away. And yes, there is new footage. I shot that Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. I shot video footage. I got some good stuff. Some stuff that I hadn't been able to shoot before, but it is there. All right. Actually, opposite, developers save the Finney Springs their own expense. The developer pays for the environmental evaluation every year. Yep. The developer does spend a lot of money. Well, The developer no longer spends any money on that area. That is now the responsibility of Village Center Community Development District, because those are amenities. They fall under the Sumter Landing Amenities Division after the purchase. What's it been now? It's coming up on 2 years ago, the amenities purchase. Yeah, so the residents pay for that evaluation. Yeah, Platform GT. Yeah, I went for coffee. Coming and going. There we go. Do you think there's a plan to make golf cart path to the new Walmart? Nope, not a chance. The road's got too high of a speed limit, and who's going to pay for it? It would be incredibly expensive, and there's just no path for it at this point. James says, just watched Dee Dee's latest construction update in Edenfield. There's one completely bare lot. So occasionally you'll see that happen. Somebody's plans fall through. Maybe they got through design, they were getting ready to build, and what sometimes has happened is a spouse will pass away. And that is one of the few ways that the villages that I've seen allows you to break your contract with the passing of a spouse. And so that's most likely what's happened in Moultrie Creek at the entrance to Verandas North, which is where I bought a house. There was a house on the left side of the entrance that the lot was empty until, well, it was pretty much the last house in Moultrie Creek to be built. And but it's now there. And as my understanding is, that was the case there. It was a death that caused it to fall through. Once the house starts construction, then they generally don't do that. I had one house that happened. The owner passed away. It was an individual who was unmarried. They passed away, but the home had already started construction, and they ended up completing the building. I don't know what happened to it after that. I would assume that the family then inherited it and sold it. Let's see. Let's see. Cute commercial with the doggies. Yeah, I like that. 11 miles to get. You know what? In Platform GT, the commercials are the only way that I can make this feasible. And as far as the mileage, I knew what the mileage was going into it. I had planned for it. It's not a big deal to me. Let's see. They left the trees west of Lake Sumter along Buena Vista and the multimodal path. It's a very nice area. You're right, Eb. It is. I know what you're talking about. It's on the, what would that be? The southeast, well, that whole intersection right there at Buena Vista and Stillwater Trail. Yeah, it's just absolutely phenomenal, that whole wooded area. Let's see. Okay, Mike wants to know, good afternoon. Is there additional commercial development happening between the new Walmart on 44 and the Continental Country Club? I don't know. I know that they're working on the entrances to Walmart. It looks like there's going to be 3 entrances along 44 and 1 entrance along, what's the name of that road? Morse Boulevard, into the Walmart. I don't know what else is happening there. I haven't seen any plans. I haven't seen anything pop up on the websites I monitor. How far is the new Costco from Eastport? It's just over 30 minutes drive from Eastport. So actually, if you're starting out in Eastport, either Costco is about the same drive time. The advantage you'll have with going to the one up north on 466 is that if there is an accident on the turnpike, it turns into a parking lot. I have seen it so many times over the 2 decades that I've lived here in Florida. Not the road you want to be on if there's an accident. So if you're coming back, there's not a lot of options to get off and on. So I would go to the northern one. Let's see. John says, "Hi Dawn, we're closing on a house in Edenfield on Wednesday. Anxious to see if my 350 will fit in the garage. I've gone the depth, but 100% sure about the clearance pulling." So I know what you're talking about, John. I'm not sure if a 250 or a 350 will fit into the garage. I have a friend who has a Chevy 3500. I don't think his fits in the garage either. I'm pretty sure mine won't fit in because I got the Tremor package, which raises it up like an extra 1.5 to 2 inches. So, I mean, the top of the cab, not including the clearance lights and the strobes, is right at 7 feet. So probably won't fit in there. Empty lot equals dead person. Got it. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried putting it in the Moultrie Creek house, the garage in the Moultrie Creek house. I will tell you that I used to be able to put my F-150 into the garage in the Village of Hillsborough, my courtyard villa. I could get it in the garage, but not with a ladder rack on it. If I had the ladder rack on it, it wasn't going in. But it was tight. It was tight, and that was a 150, and it was an XL, so it wasn't very high. All right. If the truck is not lifted, it will fit. If you build a Premier home, a Premier has an 8-foot tall garage door. Okay. Oh, so that was from Craig, and Sarah Sparks says, our 350 barely fit height-wise, but even after stretching, it didn't fit lengthwise. You must have had the 8-foot bed. I wouldn't even try the 8-foot bed and put it in the garage. I mean, it's a long truck. When I parked the truck in front of the house, I'm glad I have all the cameras that I have, because it definitely helps with parking the beast. I mean, it fits in the driveway, but there's maybe 2 feet of extra, between the back and the front of space. The driveways are shorter in houses south of 44. The reason they're shorter is because they made the backyards deeper in response to people not liking the kissing lanais. It is what it is. Hey, let's talk. I remember I made a note earlier about Village's health. So again, Monday I went to my doctor for a physical, and he said, "Don, you've slacked off on your diet, haven't you?" I couldn't lie to him. I had, and I've put on some weight. So we've had that discussion. I'm drinking more coffee and less chocolate milk. So, but anyway, I asked him, because he's been here for a long time, what he thought of the changes coming. And apparently the group, I don't remember the company, I believe it's part of Humana, the group that's coming in is the group that specializes in our age group. The time allotted for appointments and physicals is a little bit different, but not drastically different. So the patient load is very similar. So I don't think we're going to see a lot of significant changes. I hope not. I really hope not, because that was really one of the best parts about going to the doctor's office here in the Villages. I mean, I sat down, I got halfway through one newspaper article. That's the best I've pretty much ever done, is halfway through a newspaper article, and then they called me to go in. So hopefully Village's health won't change significantly. Let's see. Donald, let's see. Okay. Didn't fit. Stretching it didn't fit. Okay. Craig wants to know, hello everyone from a 43-degree day in Spokane Valley. Wow, 43. Pass. Everybody gives me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yep. Yeah, it's big. I agree. Good discussion about trucks fitting in the garages. I have an SUV. Better take measurements when I'm there. Yeah, Victoria. If you got an SUV, some of them are pretty big. Yeah, let's see. Platform GT says I'm gaining weight too. I'm taking double hits of cheesecake and double hits on cheesecake and Ozempa. All right, I can go with that one. I agree. I love cheesecake. Carrot cake is a weakness of mine too. But anyway, what else do we have going on here? So I would ask a favor of everyone. A very good friend of mine, Ron, he and his wife came up this past week. Debbie and Marianne, we're going to go on a cruise tomorrow. Ron has unfortunately been taken ill. He is in the hospital. They transported him there this morning. So please keep him in your prayers. He's a good friend of mine. This is the couple that they took care of our son David when we went on our 40th anniversary trip to Alaska. Very phenomenal people. This is hitting hard, and I wish nothing but the best for Ron. He's been a good friend for the last 7 or 8 years. Let's see. Muskie says, I have a Honda CRV and no problem fitting into a courtyard villa garage. You know what? Muskie, I got a cracker box in my garage you could park a CRV in. We had 2 CRVs before we got the Odysseys, and yeah, they fit just about anywhere. Another empty lot. Sending prayers. Thank you very much. Sorry about your friend. I hope he gets well. So do I. Kia Sorento SUV, room to spare. Yep. Considering a home 200 feet from Executive Starter Shack, do you think that would be a perk for getting a solo standby tea time for no shows? Well, I'll say this: if you're 200 foot away from the starter shack, it's a quick walk over to see if there's an availability from time to time. So it could be a perk. I've never thought of it, but yeah, I can see it as a perk. Thank you, everyone, for taking care, for praying for Ron. I appreciate it. Park Roaming Robbie says, I'm gaining weight from being too close to Abbott's custard. So good. Yeah, it is. So I haven't been to Abbott's yet. I'm resisting. Yeah, Ben & Jerry's is another weakness of mine. Cherry Garcia. What can I say? All right. Tesla Cybertruck. You know what? I've looked at the Cybertruck, and actually I actually considered it for a short time before buying my Ford. Man, they're ugly. Just plain ugly. But it is kind of cool that it's bulletproof. I mean, so, but I'll pass. I'll pass on the Cybertruck. All right. A large, Victoria has a Lexus GX 460. Not familiar that much with the Lexus line. So there you go. So let's go. I want to talk real quick before we call it a day about our firefighters' Thanksgiving dinner. We've been getting some cash donations. Those are greatly appreciated, and any extras that we have are going to go to the relief fund. and that is a tremendous help. It helps to buy some of the things that we don't get. But what we really need, folks, is food, okay? We need those dishes that you love to prepare. And if you're lost on what to prepare, I can sum up what to make that is always a hit. One word: cookies. Cookies are always a hit with the firefighters. We give them plenty of Ziploc bags so that they can bag them up and throw them in the freezer, 3 or 4 to a package, and always a hit. But go to my website, goldwingnut.com. Here, let's go over to that web browser. There we go. If you go to goldwingnut.com, you'll see up here in the upper left corner, it says Thanksgiving. Also, there's a big link here. Click on Thanksgiving. You will see all the fire stations, discussion, and these are the station coordinators. Reach out to the station coordinators. Ask them, if you're not sure what they need, reach out to them, or if there's something you want to make, reach out to them, let them know, and they will get back to you. If they don't get back to you in short order, that's fine. I also get a copy of the emails as the overall coordinator, so we'll get you taken care of. And if maybe they don't need it, but we have a good network together with all the station coordinators that maybe another fire station needs it, we'll arrange the moving of it, but we'll get it to a fire station that needs that dish. But again, these men and women that work at the fire stations, they work hard, they work long hours, they work 24-hour shifts, and they're not able to cook for themselves. It would be very embarrassing if they accidentally left the oven on and came back to the fire station being burned down from going to a fire. Anyway, so, hello, Lily. Yep. Hey, look at that. So let me transition back. I got a camera that's not working all of a sudden. It seems like whatever camera's not live stops working. All right. But again, back to Thanksgiving dinner. We really could use the help. We're only just a couple of weeks away. 2.5 weeks thereabouts. And I know some of the stations are doing good, others not so good as for getting the food they need. I mean, if need be, we'll purchase those things, from Publix and Four Rivers and so on. But we really would rather have the residents open their hearts and open their kitchens and provide some of the great dishes that I know so many people are capable of making. I have met some phenomenal cooks in my 11 years here in the villages, and please, anything you can do to help is greatly appreciated. Let's see. A time or not worry about another dog getting loose. I'm not sure what Muskie's talking. I'd have to go back and let's see. We have cats, no dogs. I will have to look into how they react to that. All right, I missed something here. Oh yeah. So Muskie says, yes, we drove with 2 dogs from Seattle to the villages in under 5 days, buy human-grade CBD oil, and it will help calm the doggy's nerves. Separate crates for the trip, so you can get 1 dog out. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get the dogs high. I'm sorry, I'm being facetious, but yeah. I've heard lots of good things about CBD oil for dogs. So, folks, we are at almost a quarter after the hour. Again, there's a funny video. It's a parody of New York, New York. After the closing segment here, we'll take a look at the the messages, and then we're going to call it a day. Let's see, my wife and I are coming down first week in December and are hoping to post a time when we'll be at breakfast and send an invite. I would love to meet some of you guys. Well, that's cool. Sounds great. Getting pets high may be a great thing for traveling long distances. Yeah, yeah. I mean, scares the heck out of me to think of Lily with a case of the munchies. Holy mackerel. That girl can eat already. If she gets the munchies, nothing is safe. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me today. We'll do this again next week. Remember, life is too short and power is fleeting. Physical beauty lasts only a short while. All those who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. One day, we too will exit this stage. So let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions, we have left this world a better place. I'm Don Wiley. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care. And...
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Thanks for watching today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happening here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some do. I'm watching your new home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today, and I'll see you next week right here at Gold Wingnut Live.
AOC with a penis. It's time to stick a fork in it. New York, you're done. Soon the tax base will be gone to Boca Raton, while Jaime Town becomes Commie Town. Should've elected the hack instead of the quack. Rest in peace, New York, Commie Town. New York, Commie Town.
The cheese tax, the cheese tax.
You're gonna pay the cheese tax every time you're cooking. When the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax.
The cheese tax, the cheese tax.
Hand it over quick or things might get ugly. I can get really loud, I'm a really barky puppy. I'm not just asking cause I'm looking for snacks. This is real important business and you gotta pay the tax.
Thanks everybody. Have a great day.